in loans. If you need money, there's a new way to do it. We'll tell you how and with who coming up. Stick around. Well, for most of recent history, if you wanted to borrow money, you had just a few options. Number one, hit up your rich, creepy uncle, who's probably going to turn you down anyway. Two, go begging to a bank, Mr. Potter. Or three, refinance your home. But that is all changing as the personal loan market tries to get more personal. Let's bring in Anthony Hsieh, Chairman and CEO of loanDepot, the nation's second biggest non-bank consumer lender. What does a non-bank consumer lender mean?
Well, we're not a traditional depository, so we're not borrowing money from the government. We're borrowing money from the private sector, and our platform facilitates the borrower and matches it up with the liquidity that's available in the marketplace.
Okay, so you do home equity, correct? Like if I've got equity in my home, I can refi and do a cash out. But you're also doing these personal loans that we referred to. What is that? How would I get one?
Well, because we're coming out of a tough, cycle far as home equity, some consumers have great credit but lack the necessary equity to pull out a home equity loan.
Or the will, or they're afraid.
Exactly.
Or they don't have a week to fill out 700 documents.
You know, that makes a big difference. You can get a personal loan through loanDepot.com in about 3 to 4 days. So the type of experience is completely digital, where the mortgage industry is still sort of operating in the same manner it has for 20 years.
Now, I'm getting a lot of mailers, Prosper.com, LendingTree, either asking me if I want to borrow money or if I'd like to give money into the borrowing pool. Do you compete directly with them?
We do. The difference with our platform is we're not a monoline lender. We offer home purchases, refinance, cash out, home equity, and personal loans. So it gives a consumer a lot more variety to pick the exact right type of loan for them.
But in Prosper and LendingTree, I would fund your loan, theoretically, right? Some guy in America is funding some other guy. Is it peer-to-peer with you as well?
No. We are institutional. So I think you're talking about Lending Club. And most of the liquidity...
Lending Club, not LendingTree. Thank you, Anthony.
Right. And most of the liquidity that is coming through the so-called P2P type of platforms, the majority of the money is still not coming from private investors. The majority is still coming from institutionals.
Why is it so hard to get an equity line these days?
Because we're in the world of post-crisis. We have Dodd-Frank, we have CFPB, we have quite a bit of regulation going on now and licensing requirements. It's just a lot easier if lending is done outside of mortgage lending. However, you're going to see that start to switch back in. Mortgage lending is down now to $1.5 trillion a year. Before the crisis.
That sounds like a lot of money. What do you mean down to $1.5 trillion?
It was $3 trillion 10 years ago.
So the mortgage market's been cut in half.
It's been cut in half.
But we don't want to go back to the levels of 2006, right? Because cats were taking out mortgages for $1 million condominiums in Miami, were they not?
We don't want to go back to that, but keep in mind that 90% of the home loan market this year is still supported by Fannie, Freddie, and Ginnie. So private capital has to come back in to ensure a healthy not only credit, but housing market.
Okay, good. So the headline there, it should ease up. Last question, you were going to go public last year. You shelved it because the markets were going all craziness. Are you going to go public?
Well, that's an option for us. We're looking at
You're obviously interested. You would not have applied to go public prior.
Yeah, I think at some point that is a trigger that we're going to, actually pull. But for now, we're having a good time, not getting on the quarterly treadmill. And, we'll see what next year brings to us.
Well, if you do that, we will look forward to seeing you on CNBC for Squawk on the Street when you're ringing that bell. If you decide to do it, Anthony Hsieh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.